Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Young Single and Saved. For my first time viewers, first time video watchers, Young Single and Saved is a blog that I decided to create that just talks about the various things that I go through, my various struggles, the joys, the highs, the lows, the ups and downs that I encounter and the various things I face being young, single, and saved. I haven't done an episode in a while, in almost about 3 months, because I've just been going through a lot and dealing with some things. But you know what? God called me to do this ministry. If only one person watches my video, you know what? God called me to do it. And I just hope that that one person that watches the video is blessed and encouraged by the things that I say. Today, I really wanted to talk about, and I don't normally use subjects, but I wanted to talk about as a subject, how bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want what God has promised to you? How much are you willing to go through to get the promise that God has for you? This last month, I've been going through I've just been praying, Lord, I need you to nail my feet to the ground. Because I just want to run. I've had times when I didn't want to be saved no more because it was hard. And it's hard when the world is more welcoming than the church at times. And when I say the church, I don't mean one particular church. I just mean in general. It's hard for a baby Christian when they receive more love somewhere else as opposed to in this whole Christian world. And it's very overwhelming. And it can cause you to stray away, and it can cause you to just say, you know what, this is too much. I don't need this. And you may very well be correct. We're babies. Some people have been saved for 30 years. I've been saved for 30 minutes. Not literally 30 minutes, but it's just a figure of speech. So, like God had just been really dealing with me because God has promised me something. He made a promise to me, and that's between me and him, of course, but he's just dealing with me. How bad do you really want what I've promised to you? Are you willing to go through persecution? Will you do it for me? He asked me that today. I had a situation happen to me, and the Spirit of the Lord asked me, will you go through this for me? And it just rocked my world. It just rocked my world. And he asked me, how bad do you want this thing? How much are you willing to go through? I was watching Christian TV, and I think it was Joyce Meyer or something like that. She said, God takes these hard, troubling times, and that's when he really sees your heart. That's when he really sees your intentions. When you go through, what I told God at church today, I said, Lord, I'm going to give you a regardless praise. Regardless of who watching me, regardless of who whispering about me, regardless of what people think in their mind about me, regardless of what I'm going through over here, regardless of what I gotta do tomorrow, regardless of what I don't have, regardless of what I need today, at this time, I'm gonna give you a regardless praise. Regardless, I'm going to praise you. Is it easy? God no. God no. It's actually one of the hardest things to do. It's one of the hardest things to do. But you know what? How bad do you really want it? What do you have before God? What are you asking God for? What are you trusting in God for? Whether it's a husband, whether it's a house, whether it's a job, whether it's something for your children. What are you asking God for? And are you willing to go through it for him? Will you do it for me? Will you do it for me? Will you? That was deep. That was deep. And you know what my answer was? My answer was yes. Though you slay me, yet I trust you. Because God is who you have the relationship with, nobody else. God is who you have the relationship with. It don't matter what people say to you, about you, at you. None of that matters. At the end of the day, and at the end, only what we do for Christ will matter. So you get in your zone of worship, whether it's in your living room, in your car, in your church, wherever. And you say, God, it's just me and you. It is just me and you. The only thing that will last is what you do for Christ. So I'm going to stop right there. As always, I encourage myself. I'm trying to minister to the world and tell the world about my Jesus, because my God is off the chain. My God is off the chain. The fact that we are saved, it doesn't mean that we're not sinners. It doesn't mean that we're perfect. It simply means that we have been redeemed. We have been redeemed. I'm not perfect. I mess up. I have times when I don't always want to do certain things, but God has redeemed me and He has enabled me to do this great work. So I encourage you all to keep it moving, and remember, the relationship is with you and God. For this edition of Young Single and Saved, I'm Crystal. I love you all. We in this thing together. I'm young, I'm single, and I'm saved, y'all, and I'm going to be saved. Peace.